He's touched millions of children throughout multiple generations, inspiring creative play, unity, and love. Today, the love continues for the old and the new. Welcome to the Purple Rain Podcast, hosted by Best Barney Fan 2, Hedge on Stage, Tee-Riffic Tributes, and Malachi Finch. Disclaimer, this podcast has no affiliation with Mattel Incorporated. Produced by Moonlight Paradise Entertainment. Hey, friends. That was bad. Hey, everybody.
But to piss them off already.
Welcome back to the Purple Rain Podcast. As always, I am Tee-Riffic Tributes. I'm always, here joined by Karan, better known as Mr. K from Mr. K's Clubhouse, who is currently filming season 4, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So check that out when that comes out. Also, check out Echoes of Influences 2. When does that drop again?
October. So you got some time.
October. Cool. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And also, I'm joined by Malachi Finch and Hedge on Stage. My partners in crime. Well, 3 partners in crime as usual. And we got a special guest today. So what?
We all are. Everyone, yeah.
We are.
Guys, everyone is special. Come on. Everyone is special.
Yeah, we are joined by well, I guess it's our first guest since launching this podcast. You know him as a recent addition to the Barney content creator YouTube family. Within the past few months, he has grown immensely, and by grown I mean his subscribers has jumped, his videos views have jumped as well within a short amount of time. Very impressed, I must say. And without further ado, we welcome TheBarneyDesk. Can we call you by your real name?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yes. We're joined by TheBarneyDesk, also known as Tyson Man. Thank you. Yes.
That was quite the introduction. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta match that. Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
You.
I'm so happy to be here.
We're happy to have you, man.
I can't wait to get into everything we're gonna talk about today. I gotta say, first thing I want to say, I've been planning this in my head for I've known about this for weeks. Purple Rain is such a fun name. I love that. That's so fun. I'm a mega Prince fan, so I love the name.
Oh, dude,
it's
what?
Very clever. Yeah, absolutely, dude. When doves cry, when I cry, let's go crazy on repeat all the time.
When doves cry, I cry. I love that.
So the other 3 panelists here can leave. I'm kidding.
Give me 40 minutes and it'll be done.
I'm dead. No, thank you to all of you for joining us. Last episode was immensely, I guess we'd say good. It was a good start to our series here. I do want to touch base on some things from the previous episode. Just kind of shorten it here. Karan, you mentioned having the Masters as well as Andrew and another person, and you did say, mention not by name, a couple people within the Barney community who are essentially angry / jealous / just a bunch of emotions revolving around how you guys are releasing the Masters. To play devil's advocate, I will say, these guys were entrusted by the people who were once entrusted to keep the integrity of Barney intact, and that includes stuff like master copies or internal copies in this sort of vein. And it was, I'm sure it was very frustrating at the time because of the Barney bashing and all that went on during the 90s. If anyone had gotten a hold of those tapes, God knows what they would have done to them. And that's essentially what I believe Karan and Andrew and all these other people who were obtained these things are trying to do. The Barney history fans motto, as we know, is to keep the integrity and the what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody help me out.
It's to preserve and protect the integrity of
Preserve and thank you. And we can't do that without just basically hogging, I guess you'd say a good word is. I'll just say that at the end of the day, this is a children's TV show, and I do not believe we should, be all riled up all because of what somebody has or what somebody does. At the end of the day, we can't control what is being done or said to things that we do not have internally. I get it. Everybody has their own opinion on Barney. Everybody believes what they think Barney should be. But at the same time, we must respect those who obtain these things because these are precious, integral things that they could have easily been lost. These can also be easily surrendered to Mattel, in which we will never see these ever. So, with that said, I would just ask that everybody please, remain respectful, have some decorum with these sort of things, and we can all have sunshine, happy rainbow puppies, or whatever.
Are the puppies rainbow like colored, or are they just in the same place that the rainbows are?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, I mean, it's a great. You brought the energy down, but it's a great way to start.
No, man, I just wanted to
it's much
speak on it.
Caleb.
Much better than what my response was going to be. So that's good. Good for you, Caleb.
Can I add really quick? Just
No.
Sure.
like really with
Hedge.
no,
I'm
I'm gonna be
saying
quick. I
no.
promise. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy. I just think also to the hypocrisy. Those who have things to say, they always preach about who and what Barney is, but the hypocrisy to how they're acting towards the people that have the masters or these internal things, and it's just kind of like, what's the point? So
Yeah.
just
And
chill with that, bro. Like,
I sent the masters back, so no one has to harass me anymore. I don't have them. Now we can move on. Let's talk about the Barney desk. Our first guest.
Oh.
Get that out the way. So Tyson, if the floor is yours. If you want to talk about your upbringing, how you got into Barney, what was your introduction to Barney, if you remember, how did you eventually become this like video editing music whiz? Because your edits are like
Immaculate.
Aw, shucks. Thank you, guys. I
Ridiculous.
appreciate
It's
that.
like,
yeah,
I appreciate that.
did you just
yeah,
clock
sure.
it,
Absolutely.
Malachi?
I also must have to.
that's what the kids do. This, that.
It's so stupid. I hate it. But yeah.
I also have to thank you because you provided the instrumental, a great instrumental
I did. Yes.
of "I Love You" from Barney's Birthday Bash, which was impossible to find. Impossible to find a decent
A good version. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And once I asked you, because I knew of your background and whatnot, and once you sent it to me almost immediately, I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." So yeah, the floor is yours, man. Just talk about yourself and your love for Barney, and why did you choose Barney as a lynch point for your YouTube channel?
Awesome. Thank you. What an insane introduction. By the way, I do love the intro, how you've used the Birthday Bash instrumental. It's very pretty, very wholesome. Okay, sure. Let me get into it. So I was a kid I was born in 2006. I am a youngling, I suppose, and I had a lot of older cousins that grew up with Barney. It seems every kid that was born in the last decade or so was really into Barney. So my grandpa was at a grocery store or something, and he picked up this bargain bin of VHS tapes, and there was 3 Barney tapes in there. Apparently that was where I got into it from. I don't recall that happening. I just know it did. I do have a memory of my grandma on my other side. She had a copy of Campfire Sing-Along from one of my older cousins, and she would use it as leverage to get me to go visit her, being like, "Oh, I have your Barney tape. Come on," like fishing reel. "I have your Barney tape. Come to my house and I'll let you watch it." I still have it.
Yo, you're sick.
Come here, boy. You know what's I'm not
Don't
even
get.
I'm not even that big a fan of Campfire Sing-Along. I don't know why I'm but apparently I was enthralled. Since then I just for a good, like, I don't know, like 5-7 years after, Barney was everything to me. I had the pleasure of going to see him a few times at Universal. I attended Birthday Bash in Los Angeles in 2010 as like a 4-year-old. My parents are phenomenal people, and they just did everything they could. That being said, for a Canadian boy growing up in the late 2000s, early 2010s, Barney had like all been wrapped up as a production, and it was kind of hard to find some stuff. So they like scoured everywhere. I'm pretty sure I had a Barney, a Baby Bop, and a BJ Halloween costume. It was one of those like late hit era releases. And I loved those things. So eventually I grew up out of Barney, and not like as in like oh, I hate Barney. Barney's dumb sort of way. No, just like I grew up, right? And Barney was my childhood best friend, and that was how it would stay. I went on to do other things. Whatever. That's irrelevant to what this is about. And then about in August, I think, I was browsing the internet, and I'm like, oh, dude, there's a Barney wiki, and there's a Barney Discord and a Barney Facebook group, and there's all this history. Well, it's crazy. This is like, I remember Barney. I was into Barney. And so I spent a little bit of time like joining all these things and being like, and learning stuff. And I'm like, dude, I thought I was a Barney expert before. Oh my gosh. There is so much cataloged everywhere. And that was History Fans. That was the wiki. That was all these things. And I seen so many pieces of creative fan art and edits and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, I like to edit. So I'm like, as a kid, I always wanted to make Barney videos on YouTube. I loved the idea of YouTube, but like, I was like 5 and had like 6, 7. I had no idea what to do or how to do it. And I'm like, I have this very weird hyperfixation on the theme song. I don't know why. It was always like my favorite. I loved watching it over and over. Sometimes I just put the tape in to watch the theme song, and they'd be like, yeah, that's done. I'm done. And so I wanted to make this like evolution of Barney theme songs video, because I had seen one similar when I was a kid. So I made that. And I just made a channel to put it, because it's a 20-minute video. I can't send it via like email or message or whatever. And so I put it on this channel, and I was like, it's kind of, people kind of like this. So I made another one, and I'm like, well, okay, I have a lot of experience in media literacy, so I'm going to make a video essay. And I made one on riff, and then I made one on the art style, and this and that. And it just kept growing from there, and I'm very grateful for how it's gone. And I've just been slowly expanding with different types of content streams, the video essays, the hot takes, the music, basically putting as much of myself into this channel as I can. And it's been an absolutely incredible journey, and I've met so many amazing friends. And yeah, Barney community is such a great place. And that's, I guess, a little bit about me.
Man, good stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you're here, bro.
Can I just say, and I've said this in previous streams before, can we just be so appreciative of the fact that Barney has a community, like a creator community like this? Because this did not exist years and years ago. And I feel like a lot of kids shows also don't have this. Teletubbies, I don't think, has this. Thomas, maybe? I don't know. But like, there's so many really talented creators in the Barney space now in 2025. And you look back at years past, like 2020, 2019, 2018, like this space didn't really exist. It's kind of crazy.
Absolutely.
What was that name?
Absolutely.
Barney Pooper.
You saw that too. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's always nice seeing like a creator kind of like pop out of nowhere and grant this great success. And to kind of give Hedge his flowers here, I will say it is probably all thanks to him. Without him, I don't think a lot of us would be doing video essay type things. My channel was originally like compilations and stuff, but they weren't really original. So when Hedge started doing his thing, I felt inspired to do that too, because I'm a voice actor, and to get your name out, you have to do certain things and create your own work. Absolutely. In order to just get your eyes on you. And I felt that was the best thing to do at that time, and it still is. And like I said, it's always great to see another creator come out of the ether and sort of carry on the Barney creator family, for lack of a better word.
Slightly unrelated, but I always, and I brought this up before, one of the things that still cracks me up is when you sent us a screenshot of when you got a copyright claim for Barney, and it detailed what it was, and it literally just said something stupid like a bunch of stuff. it was like a compilation of Barney's stuff, and it's like, what does that even mean? It's just like,
yeah,
I
for a
don't
while
know.
there, they were like striking people down,
It was
and that was around the time we kind of predicted that they were coming up with something, because they were
Yes.
striking a lot of people down and for no reason at all. And then all of a sudden, toys started coming out, merchandise started coming out. Then they officially announced the relaunch.
Excuse me.
And I always say also that I joined the community at the perfect time, and a bunch of us did as well. Like by the time I joined, the documentary was being developed. A year later, the relaunch was announced and whatnot, and there's just crazy things that have been going on the past few years has been wild, and again to see people like you, people like Hedge, people like Karan here, people like just different people in the Barney space like Big Purple 88 and all the other people on Instagram and YouTube that help carry on Barney's message in their own way while also
Absolutely.
helping people inform what's going on now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll go ahead, Karan. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it's just super cool because like the community is growing bigger than it used to be. I've said it before, but the Barney community started on YouTube, where we are right now. Like when back in the early days of YouTube, it was like social media. You had like you can still make posts now, but that's where everybody kind of congregated. And it was very small. Then they moved over to the Barney fan club, page that was on Facebook, I think as the first Barney official like Barney group. But it's cool because the creator, like the Barney creators, is still a very small group inside the Barney community, right? Like there's people who upload Barney episodes and videos, and that's great. But as far as it goes with creators making something creative and original, and original to themselves, Hedge makes something completely different than everyone else. And obviously the Barney Desk and you, Kaylin, and Sam, you guys all make these kind of videos that stand alone from each other, that bring something new to the community. But also there's not a lot of people that's doing that specifically. So I think that's what's also cool, is seeing more people jump in and start to do that. It was cool when Sam started making videos because we were like, oh great, here's another person now doing video essays and that kind of thing. And then Barney Desk obviously popped in and we're like, dude, did you see that video? Like somebody else is doing it too now. Who is that? So I think it's just cool that there's more creators coming out and being more creative with the content that they're making, and it's not just we're just uploading an episode of the show. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If I could add to definitely gonna say that. Oh no, go for it.
No, sorry, no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I feel like, because Sonic Hog definitely led. I started the spark for that, right? The Barney, whatever it's called, Barney Sensation. We're still waiting on part 2. And I've been, yes, and I've been on YouTube. Oh my gosh, 15 years. I don't even like saying that. I need to break up my cane. I've been on YouTube 15 years. I've been doing all kinds of stuff. And I realized that like Barney did not have a place on YouTube where people can just talk about him analytically. People do that for all kinds of children's properties, but Barney was like the one. You go on YouTube now, you see people talking about PBS kids shows and what was the best educational show, and the thumbnail has all these different kids shows, but Barney's not there. And it's like, well, why is that?
Nope.
I think in large part is because, well, real quick to add to your point, I think in large part because he was so popular that I feel like, and this is going to be a stupid statement, I feel like a lot of people forget that he came from a public access media channel, and not like one of these like big networks like 4Kids TV or Cartoon Network. Well, obviously he's on Cartoon. No, he's not. But at the same time, I can get why people like sort of kind of forget like that he was once the face of PBS at one point. But go ahead.
Barney kind of exceeded PBS. To an extent, you could kind of maybe say Sesame Street too. Like I see that sometimes people will say PBS Kids shows, and it'll be Arthur, Dragon Tales, maybe Magic School, but in like Sesame Street won't be there either. So it's like it's kind of weird how you get so popular, you kind of break out of your own bubble. But like it's I wanted to take my editing style from Power Rangers and all kinds of stuff and bring it to Barney because I knew that it could fit. It just needed the right people to find it. And now it is kind of almost surreal to see, you know, Barney Millennium, Sam comes in and starts doing these videos and say, okay, so now that's even broader, you know, things that I would never talk about, like hit entertainment. Sam's doing videos about hit entertainment and stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, doing that. And then BarneyDesk comes along with these extremely phenomenal edits that you kind of don't really expect to be put to Barney. And now it's this whole other thing. So now we have this huge space of this Barney content coming out. And it's just, it feels really good.
I think also it's the energy that you guys give to Hedge and Tyson. It's the charismatic voices, and it's the being up here, and like that's what Barney is about in itself. So it's kind of like you said, you're trying to find that right audience. Well, you found it because you make us feel welcome. Like that's how I feel when I watch your videos, Hedge. That's how I feel when I watch your videos, Tyson. That's how I feel when I watch Sam's videos or Kaylin's videos or Karan or whoever else it is. You guys you make us feel welcome. You make us want to watch. When I see Hedge up, I have the notice. When I see Hedge up, I'm like, oh, snap, like I'm gonna be at work. My headphones on, cool, great. Oh, Tyson uploaded, like what's going on? So I definitely think it's you guys too in that, and I think us as fans, like I don't do content creation, but me from a standpoint of watching it, we appreciate that.
Hedge, if I can add on to what you said, I totally get it, because I used to do a lot of gaming content, and I wanted to sort of like take that, what I learned from that, and kind of apply it to Barney, to like tier lists, rankings, hot takes. Of course, those are everywhere, but I agree with what you said. I think I resonate very closely with it, and I think that's absolutely a philosophy. That's how I live my channel, or how I go through my channel, is try and bring other types of content style that work with other genres and bring it to Barney, because you're totally right. Barney, despite being such a phenomenally huge character that everyone in the grandma knows, there's no real like Quentin reviews, there's no real like big video essays, nothing like that. There didn't used to be any of that, and I think it's, not to reiterate what you said and sound like a broken record, but it really is fantastic to see so many Barney creators popping up.
Well, I think it's my bad, but I was just going to say, like, Barney is he's far more accepted today than he was even 10 years ago. We say that all the time, but that's because we are the adults now. But there is still some weird, like, I don't even know I think Anthony said it. Like, there's like some weird stigma with Barney that I think that's why he's left off of like the PBS show list or thing. Yep. He's the biggest show PBS has ever had. Sesame Street has ran the longest, but Barney is the biggest thing they've ever had on that station. Yes. And for him to consistently be left out of conversations as if he didn't do what he did and birth a whole new generation of television is always strange. So we're like one of the only communities where we have to create and talk about this, because if we don't, no one's going to do it. Absolutely. And I think that's what's so great about all of you, because you're clearly passionate about the show. You're passionate about the character. It had an impact on your life, obviously, but aside from Barney, you're passionate about the content that you create and put out. So when you partner being passionate about your creation and partnering with a show that you love, whether it's Barney or Power Rangers or Sonic or whatever it is, that shows through the screen like a television show or movie that someone puts their hard work into. And I think that's what has elevated what this community was before to something new where people have to talk about it. Now people want to interview Barney history fan admins and members for their stories about Barney toys and things like that, when 5 years ago, that was not a thing. You know what I mean? So I just think, I don't know, I just think it's great. We've said that many times, but it really, really is to be able to watch all of you create something magical, and feel invited to watch that and celebrate it and support it and have people who identify with you. And you're not the only kid who's a grown up now who still likes Barney. Like there's a whole group of us that we're allowed to kind of just be ourselves through that, and I just think that's awesome.
But you know
Absolutely.
what? You're so right, and it's crazy because this is why I don't like when I don't think any of us like it when people are so negative. Because if you think about it, look at where we started. I remember people used to take a camcorder, and when on demand was a thing and Sprout was a thing, people would play those videos, and it was like my furry feather friends, part 1, part 2, part 3.
Dude, there's like 7 parts of home videos.
I remember
the audio is terrible
on a terrible TV screen.
Bro, and then like I remember having people, they would only record songs. There would be somebody singing in the back with the songs too,
along with it. Yeah,
that's where it started, and it's like it's so beautiful now, and we're all saying that. But that's like we said in the beginning. That's why I don't like when people are so hypocritical, and it's like, why we got to be that way? Because this is a beautiful thing. Barney is a beautiful thing, but you can't practice that, and you can't preach that, and you don't practice it.
The irony will always be that Barney's a show about love and caring and sharing, and we just ain't doing that. The irony will never not be funny.
And it's just because it's ironic, but it's also because it's just easy. It's always easy to hate things that are like positive.
So
all the time.
That's the thesis of the documentary. That's the thesis of the documentary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I love this conversation.
Look at this guy
Barney.
with his hat.
Yeah, dude.
Just barely
Look at his
hanging
hat,
on.
dude. I feel like I'm losing my train of thought. Hold on.
You said you love this conversation, dude. Barney.
Hating
Barney, but it's easy too because
it's so easy to hate on Barney. And I feel like it's so unfortunate that Barney found itself in this pocket where people don't look at what Barney did. People don't look at what's in a Barney episode, what's in a Barney home video, what he's about. They only see him as one thing, and that's he loves kids. And there's that one thing, but like they only see him as like one thing. And so when people go and they hate on Barney, I saw a tweet today where it was a video of like Blarney. It was like a skit or whatever. And everyone in the comments was like, why did we hate Barney? Why did we hate Barney in the 90s? Why is he hated? This, that, and the third. And it's nice seeing that being talked about now. But like even in that comment section, no one could bring up like what Barney was about, what Barney is. Oh, he's creepy. And it's like, well, why is he creepy though? Like why is he creepy outside of you heard that he's creepy or you were taught to believe that he was creepy? Have you seen anything about Barney? You know, like people don't really engage with it anymore. They only engage with what people said that this is. And it's so unfortunate.
And it's literally like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say like it was the adults obviously at the time, but also famed multimedia journalists would like berate him and whatnot. Jay Leno, before Jimmy Fallon took over, when Barney's Great Adventure was being released, it was around the same time Titanic was getting a home release.
Oh,
so have you guys seen this video?
Yeah, Barney's Titanic Adventure.
Yeah. So they combined the two, and it was just a hit piece on him specifically. And I'm like, what's the angle here? And like you're. This is for children.
And it's so stupid because like all the people who always had the argument that were adults like, oh, he's creepy, were kids who grew up with like Sesame Street. You know what I mean? You had Big Bird, who's just a mascot costume like Barney was. You know what I mean? Like who also didn't have. I don't think Big Bird's eyes really move or anything like that. So he's like just like Barney, they have these blank stares. You have to bring them to life because they're puppets, literally. And it's like there was never nothing that was weird or creepy about it. And I don't understand how that was the angle. And I hate like how people now they try to use like the hate that Blippi gets or things like that as like a direct correlation to like the hate Barney got. And it's like it's not the same. One is a grown adult who acts like he's 3 years old, which is weird. Like you don't have to do that to entertain children. And another one is an imaginary toy who comes to life by a 3-year-old's imagination and teaches them about love and happiness. Like those are not the same thing. And
do you think it's because of things like the I Love You song that made people think he was crazy? Like do you think if Big Bird at the end of every episode of Sesame Street sung I Love You, that Sesame Street would by proxy get a similar, not the same, but a similar level of negative comment because Sesame Street didn't really get that.
Absolutely not.
Not really.
You know why?
Not really.
You know why? Because the adults that were bashing on Barney throughout that time essentially grew up on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, you know, if they were to do the same thing, it would be like, oh, well, I grew up on that, so that doesn't really count. And plus, Big Bird is Big Bird. I think
Which is
Elmo
like when
was
Steve
just
Burns
kinda like
said that
getting
thing in the
popular.
documentary. You know, like when Steve Burns said that quote in the documentary, okay, take your comfort, take your Elmo, take your Big Bird, take your Mr. Rogers, and imagine that with what they're doing to Barney. I think people really don't think of that. It's not bad because it's not what you grew up with. Like, that's just a really point I really think is important to get across. You know what I mean?
Well, look at his situation. Like, he stars in this popular preschool series, and you know, Blue's Clues wasn't, you know, bashed or anything like that, to my knowledge, but it had to be like hard for him for like people to come out and be like, "Oh, that's Steve from Blue's Clues." Like, okay, that is my real name.
Yeah.
Really?
It was bashed after he left because they didn't like that they brought a new person in.
Like Joe.
And then
Joe.
he started, but then he started getting like the death threats, and then the fake death, like, oh, Steve Burns has died, like all of that kind of stuff. So he dealt with a different kind of hate that was still very weird and uncalled for. But I think it's largely because I think it's preschool TV that faces that. Sesame Street's not a preschool show. Now it's very much more of a preschool show than it used to be, but it never was.
Because of Barney.
Exactly, yeah. As soon as Barney went off the air, they just adopted the entire formula. That's just exactly what they did. But if you think about it, though, like if you think about it, all the children's shows that really get hate are preschool based shows, and they all came because Barney was successful with doing it, right? Barney took all the heat, but then you had Blue's Clues that was very preschool based. You know what I mean? Who, you know, it's easy to punch on those because people often forget about those kind of kids. I mean, I'm not huge, right? I haven't really gotten that big. I'm known, but I'm not that big, and I still face hate just from my own community because I'm a preschool show that plays and sings with kids. So like it's also a weird stigma with just the fact that it's preschool based, I think. But yeah.
It's also people also over sexualize everything. It has a lot to do with things being over sexualized. It has a lot to do with certain parents. Like I even know, like I can use some fathers as an example who didn't like their sons loving Barney because that love they were giving that to Barney, and because Barney is this dinosaur and Barney is a boy, like a lot of parents were insecure about that and they over sexualized it. A lot of people take these shows and they over sexualize such a beautiful thing. Look at freaking Barney's World and Billy's new name change. They over sexualize everything.
Well, but you know,
that was a corporate decision.
Yeah,
but that's not really
but like it's both of those, Kaylin. So it's a corporate decision, obviously, but it's also adults over sexualizing because if you think about it, think about season 13 of Barney. Those new people from Hollywood that came in to run that show wouldn't even let Ben give Barney a hug. He had to give him a high five. Like it started there.
Exactly.
Like it was just very strange to see a high five all the time instead of a hug when it's a song about.
I'd argue it started when they took Mr. Boyd out.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't public knowledge. You know, we were just like, oh, I guess he's gone.
Yeah,
now.
but it was still the influence of the
absolutely.
decision, reflective of the society.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just I don't know.
Like my kids love this character so much that there must be something wrong with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly how some parents think. Exactly, and that's insane.
Yeah.
You can't look DJ up on Google without typing Barney first.
I always do that. I go
Barney DJ. Yeah. It always has
same
to
with
be
this new
just
stuff.
that.
Like if you look up Billy the Dinosaur, it could be like some random character somebody drew.
Who is that?
Like
yeah.
Nobody. You know. I don't know.
Before we move on, I want to touch on this though. What Anthony is saying is such a double standard because like Mr. Rogers would sing to kids about love, friendship, etc. But Mr. Rogers also got a lot of pushback as well.
Yeah.
A lot. He had a bunch of rumors that he was gay for literally no reason. You know, like there was all these things. People were protesting outside of his funeral about the fact that he was potentially gay and all these things, and never had a reason to believe that just because because he was a soft-spoken man who showed empathy. You know what I'm saying? Like
I never
it's
knew that.
so bizarre. And that was before social media. This was 2001 or whatever that when he died. You know what I mean? It was a very weird thing.
I wish somebody would protest outside my funeral. I would haunt them,
bro.
For the rest of the time.
They were across the street of the funeral home.
That's insane. That's
so
was it him? Was it him or Bob Ross that was a army sergeant?
Bob,
but people believe that he was in the army. He had like sleeves of tattoos. Like they had all these bizarre, like beliefs. It's just I think it's a thing with it's more of like people who work with kids, especially men. Like I said, I deal with that now. Like literally, I can't even get boys to audition for the show much because parents don't believe boys sing and dance, as if Prince and Michael Jackson and Chris Brown and Usher and all these people don't exist. Like when you turn the TV on, like they're not there dancing and singing. It's a very strange thing, but it's also very adult driven. Like it's adults who are just weird who put that on.
Weird. They oversexualize. As a preschool teacher, literally 2 weeks ago, I was in my boss's office, legal situation because somebody
fired.
I'm the I thought it was gonna be that, but in my center, I'm the only male teacher out of 17 other women, the only male. And because I'm the only male, everybody is like, Mr. Malachi this, Mr. Malachi. The kids love me. They gravitate me, like not to toot my own horn, but toot. They love me. So you have kids that wanna jump up. He's so stupid.
Barney in every episode.
That legit want to run and they want to jump into Mr. Malachi's arms. They want to give you a hug. They want to sit on your lap. They want to, like, that's a kid's natural response when they feel loved and they feel welcome. So long story short, I had another coworker that went around legit telling other coworkers like, oh, like, yeah, we need to watch out for that. Yeah, like da-da-da, you know. And it's just like, why can't my intentions be genuine? Is it because I'm a male? But you know what's funny? People don't take that stigma with women, because the same way that men can do weird stuff to children is the same way that women can do weird stuff to children, and people don't take that and they don't apply it and they just kind of let it fly. And it was just a whole thing where I was in this legal situation for nothing. When teaching and children and singing and dancing with my children, that's my passion. That's what I'm called to do. That's what I want to do. So I understand what you're saying, Karan, because that's me. I'm legit in that situation as a male preschool teacher now. And so I get it with Mr. Rogers and even with Barney. That's why, like, he's a fictional character, but I will, like, die hard, like, defend it, because it's like, I get it. I've been there. It's like, y'all over sexualize everything. Y'all make everything so weird when it's just not, it's genuine. Like, why can't it just be genuine?
And I don't want to, like, Karan, too political. It's getting far off of Barney, but it's a great conversation because people don't know. No, you're good. People don't have it. I literally did a video on this for a class I'm taking, but I also put it out for public. You are getting like that weird stigma placed on you, one, because you're a man, but also because you're black. And that's just what it is. Black men, people hate being around children, and like it, because if you're a loving, caring man, you're fighting against every barrier that they want you to believe. And when it comes to like preschool teachers and things like that, I think it's 13% of preschool teachers across the US are men. And if you look at specifically black men, it's less than 3%. So we need more people like us who do it and aren't afraid to fight against the barriers and the stigma and provide something. That's what they did with Barney. That's what Mr. Rogers did. You know, like I'm currently doing that now. Like you have to be willing to create a space for other people to come in who look like you or who are men, to provide something regardless of what the outside noise is. But it's also just extremely hard to do that with social media, especially now, being so easily able to reach you, even if you don't want to see the stuff, it's just there. Anyway, I'm going to have to jump off soon. So I want to argue about BarneyDesk's song list before I get off. I got like 5 minutes.
Okay, very quickly. Tyson, you are Canadian. Me and Hedge are wearing the Peace Collective hats that are from Canada.
Canada, eh?
Without without talking about the show, because we're going to get to that later. What are your feelings on the current relaunch? Are you satisfied? Or are you like, do you think they could do better? Do you think it's just been a failure? What have been your opinions on it?
Well, I'll tell you, I actually, when the reboot first launched, I actually wrote an entire like 10,000 page essay, to Mattel on what they should do. I actually have a copy of it here. It's called How Riff Saved the Franchise.
How many pages?
No, I'm lying. This is a bit.
Okay, I was like, this is great, but the 10,000 pages.
Yeah, this is it. No.
Hey,
did you know I was going to ask that question?
No, I was just like, I thought this would be a funny thing to whip out, and I was like, I want to like whip it out for the bit. It's empty. It's blank. I just thought like I gotta find a way to integrate this at some point. No.
Riff is the best thing to have happened to Barney in 2006 onward. Until recently. That's the only thing that they changed with that show. That was it wasn't a bad decision in the whole like grand scheme of everything else. I don't care what anyone says. Everything else that they made was a worse choice than adding a dinosaur.
Yeah, guys. I mean, Riff, he's fine. I don't know how strongly I feel about Riff. He's okay. He's just like
this is the first time I've ever seen anyone excitedly put Riff's name on a piece of paper. That's amazing.
No, I do it. I used to have that stuff, the stuffed toy too.
Oh, dude, he's amazing. He's a goat.
And Karan,
I love it.
Karan, I would have to agree with you. I think we give him a lot of flack because he came at a time where the show was degrading, and a lot.
But see, that's not Riff's fault. Riff was put into a show that already had this drastic personality change for the three dinos, Barney and Baby Bop especially. That wasn't Riff.
Right.
Riff was put into that, and instead of acknowledging that difference, it's like, must be the new character. Must be, what's the dude from Fairly Odd Parents? The baby. Poof. It must be, you know what I mean? It must be that. That must be the reason. They introduced a new guy? No. It's just Riff's initial season was for him, not for Barney. I ignore Barney after season 7. Riff in...
It's the main character.
Dude, season 10 onward is effectively just BJ, Riff, and friends. Feet Barney. You know, it's like...
Barney pops up, he's like, yeah, okay, just get to the dinosaur.
Hello, friends! Walks out.
But to reiterate what you were saying, Kaylin, you said we just give him a lot of flack, and it's exactly what we were just talking about Barney hate, it was just easy. When you look at all of it, you go, man... like however long it was since BJ was introduced, now you have this new dinosaur. As teenage kids or whoever, like at the age we were watching it, it was just easy to be like, man, no one cares about this dinosaur. Like who? Yeah, we didn't need this guy. You know what I mean? It's just an easy thing.
Yeah, and I feel like
Hit Entertainment was free real estate. Just to be honest, because of course I've seen it all now because of the stream, but like it's not bad. But Hit Entertainment, I'll slander it till the cows come home. That is free real estate. 100%.
And I think
China.
And I think that's what corporate's mindset is when it comes to that character specifically, because I get it. Like they're trying to recapture the magic of the 90s, but it's not working.
Don't even get me started.
But okay, they're trying to recapture the magic of the 90s and do their own thing. But it's like, okay, you can't have both things and expect a grand outcome. Like you have to pick one.
Riff never.
But okay, like I don't hate Riff. It's just, again, a lot of people like myself at that time were like, no, there are 3 characters.
Yeah. There's 3
and children, and that's it. Sometimes there's puppets. Sometimes there's weird animatronic koala bears. But that's what the show was. And then, like Karan said, like, you know, as you get older and you kind of rewatch, you know, stuff like that, and he disappeared. You know, things like that transpire. Oh, okay. Now that he's gone, we can talk about your top 15 Barney songs.
Sure. Oh,
he's such he's so annoying. Yeah.
No.
That was great.
As you guys, like I said earlier, Karan is currently filming season 4 of Mr. K's Clubhouse, and he, you know, is actively working on that and, you know, watching footage for that. So again, be on the lookout for that when that comes out, as well as his new album and whatnot. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. When you made that video, what were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
I'm kidding.
You know what's crazy is like I didn't like. It's so chill. Like I'm not. I've seen the reaction. I'm like, dude, this is interesting. I'd like to explain my philosophy on making it, but I'm gonna save it for when I think it's more applicable, because I know what I want to say, but I want to like get into it more. You know what I mean?
You know, I try to avoid like the top, like whatever number video thing. I did one on home videos and I had an outcry, and I'm like, no, dude, I'm basing it off of my personal interests. Like exactly. Like What a World We Share was probably the most played video in my household.
Yes,
because
yes.
The production, you know, the travel logs,
the sets are amazing.
Story. Yeah, the travel
so
grandiose.
Everything. It was
the music,
perfect, bro.
like the whole idea of, you know, sharing is a language anybody can speak. They even say it in the commercial. Like, I love that because of its message and, you know, how it was presented. I'm not basing it off of a consistent basis that I gathered from like market data and whatnot. Like, that's not what I'm doing when I'm making these videos. And I feel like a lot of people who watches, you know, our content like that, they tend to think that way immediately. And it's like, no, I'm basing it off of my own personal beliefs and how I feel. That's why Hedge here that's why Hedge didn't touch like the hit years when he was like reviewing, you know, all the you know, years prior to that era of Barney and whatnot. And that's why a lot of people, you know, tend to focus more on the 90s. You know, because again, that was Barney's peak. That was when Barney was successful. Back
for sure,
at the same time.
absolutely.
That wasn't just when Barney was, you know, there, if that makes sense. But yeah, man. So I feel like we don't have time to like dove into all 15.
Of course,
I feel like we don't have time to do the list anymore. So anyway.
Just talk about the one that's bothering Hedge. It's Mr. Knickerbocker. Let's just get into that one because
let's get into that. Apparently, Hedge has never liked that song at all.
Never.
I seen in the last the little podcast clip about of Hedge and Karan going off on that one. So I wanted to give an answer. So so let's, if I may. So to address one thing, Karan was like, "Oh, you said you don't even like Mr. Knickerbocker. Why is it this high up?" Okay, I want to prefix that. If it didn't come across in the video, I think context is very important. That's kind of a quote taken out of it. I'm saying I don't like it as much as I like the top 14. But if I didn't like the song, it wouldn't be in the top 15. Because if I were to make a Barney, I ranked every Barney song, just not even top 15, just the whole discography, top 50 would be absolute bangers that I absolutely love. So it's not, I didn't mean I don't like Mr. Knickerbocker. I mean, it's like not as my favorite compared to the ones above it. To address the lyrics thing, you don't think Mr. Knickerbocker has good lyrics. That's what you said. Is that correct?
Is that what it said?
That's what you said.
Roll the clip.
Do you remember?
Actually, I really don't remember.
You're like, oh, Mr. Knickerbocker has bad lyrics. I want to address that. Okay.
You came ready, bro. You get the ammo.
Yo, it's crazy. You were out of frame, and Karam was speaking, and Mr. Knickerbocker has bad lyrics, and then like backed out of the frame.
Hedge, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like it is a song that its whole purpose is for you to, you know, move your body. But
okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Knickerbocker as a song, this is my reasoning. Mr. Knickerbocker does not have these deep lyrics, and that's like, it's not a deep, it's not a Just Imagine, it's not an Everyone Is Special. The goal of Mr. Knickerbocker is repetition.
Your ass up and start dancing.
Well, I mean, I'm talking just like lyrically. I don't even mean like from that perspective. But yes, obviously that's a great part of the song. But Mr. Knickerbocker lyrically is all about repetition. Barney, as a fundamental show, at least in the early years, was being based off that repetition mindset. Repetition is how young toddlers 2 to 5, how they get their information. Not only, Mr. Knickerbocker has like the way that you boppity bop, it's ping pong. It's also got that tongue twister that improves the diction of children. I like solely based Mr. Knickerbocker for some of my early diction as a kid, because I used to have a bit of a speech impediment, and Mr. Knickerbocker absolutely helped out with that whole like the I don't want to say the Lin-Manuel Miranda wordplay, because that's a really random reference, but That's why I think Mr. Knickerbocker succeeds at what it does as a concept. It's not trying to be deep lyrically. It is trying to be a diction-based, tongue-twister kind of song, and that's what it does, and it does it well. That's what I'm marking the lyrical content on. I'm not going to be like, oh, is this as deep as Just Imagine? Am I sobbing to Mr. Knickerbocker? No.
Well, also, the lyrics aren't particularly telling you, or they're not particularly instructing you on how to do the dance. It's just more of watch us and do what we do. They literally say it before
that's
the
exactly
song.
what it is.
You quoted direct quote.
Barney said it. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So I kind of get that aspect, but Hedge, I mean, 3 of 1 here. I think you're kind of outranked here. So
Kind of cooked.
yeah, you have to like the song now.
The hedge has been trimmed. Now it's just a bush.
I gotta put that somewhere. I think it's weird to describe why I don't like Mr. Knickerbocker, because it does things that I do like in other songs. Like I don't generally like when a song is very like, I lost my train of thought again. Oh my gosh. Everything is telling me not to talk about this song. It's just like pulling it out of me.
Don't fight it.
I always just come back to the yeah. I'm like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's pretty funny.
I gotta turn it
funny.
off.
It is
Oh.
pretty funny.
But I get what you're saying, Hedge. Just like I feel like I understand. I feel like for everybody it has, the likes and the dislikes. Because for me, I think it's the beginning for me. I'm like, I have a really good musical ear. I love instrumentation. I love stuff like that. So
Do ya?
first sets of drums that come into and then the like that for me, especially in the early years, that's like, oh snap, yeah. What's
Well, that was
going on?
the standard one.
Yeah.
If you go back and listen to the one from Three Wishes, it's funky.
Oh yeah, it's groovy as
It's
hell.
very
The bass licks are crazy.
like hip hop.
Yeah,
Hip hop was starting to like kind of edge itself into popular culture and
you
whatnot.
can hear
So
the
they
Bob West voice too. He
Mhm.
made it. He made it. He brought
Bobbity-bop.
his voice down like with the. I like the way that you bobbity
Bob,
bop. Like,
and he turns to the camera. He's like, "My name is Bob West." Oh, I don't like get up and dance songs. I think
I don't
what
like
it is.
Barney. I don't even know why.
I don't like Barney at all. I never have actually. Wow.
Oh, so you must also hate Dino Dance.
Yeah, I was exactly. I don't.
Oh
like Dino
God,
Dance
here we go.
either. Which is funny because "Come On Over to Barney's House" was the tape that I wore out growing up, because that's like, I had a lot of Barney tapes, but that was the main Barney tape. And when Dino Dance came on, I would tune out every single time.
That's crazy.
And I loved that tape, but like, everybody start twisting and turning.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, I get
So
it. I get it,
within
guys.
Within the context of that video, at first you don't really gather any like educational values from it, but when you read the parental description on like the DVD and whatnot, they kind of tell you that, hey, Barney's trying to teach you how to be a good
Dancer.
But like he's trying to teach you how to be a good host when guests come to your house. You offer food, you introduce people who also come to your house, and when within that context, by the end when they get to that song, it's like okay, when you've done those things and you've been polite and you've been respectful for your guests, it'll always be a party and everybody will always be welcome as long as keep those things intact and remain
Kalen,
respectful and whatnot.
And also in the context of that video, I see you're about to laugh. BJ was a guest in the house, right? Barney invited BJ, but BJ didn't.
No, he
didn't
there.
even really invite BJ. He just showed up, right?
But he lives there,
and
right?
And
does he?
They get a knock at the door, and I don't know what was it? Whose hand was it that was at the window?
Big Bad Wolf, and then Jack and Jill.
Yeah, so BJ was a guest at the house, and immediately he heard the doorbell or the knock.
He was letting people in.
Don't go let somebody else into my house if you're a guest at my house.
It's kind of implied that him and Baby Bot may live there.
So I wonder if that's where they disappeared to. crazy.
It has to be.
Probably.
I don't like the explanation of they think about all the fun they had during the day and they disappear. What the hell does that mean? Where are they going?
They never.
Well,
existed.
okay, so Steve White actually explained that.
That's what he said,
There
though.
was
He
a-
said they think about the fun they've had and they disappear.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What the heck does that mean? Where do they go?
I've never heard that before. What?
Okay,
He
so
said that,
for
he
those
said-
who don't know, for those who don't know, originally before they introduced Riff like 8 times, they were playing like a video about music specifically, like Barney takes the kids and the dinos on like an orchestra or something like that, something to that vein. The original script is still like findable, is somewhere, probably on the Barney Wiki or whatnot. But there is a line near the end, when BJ and Baby Bop, disappear. Riff goes, "I don't know how to do that," and Barney goes, "Just think of all just think of all the special things we've done today, and you'll be on your way," or whatever he says. That does not make sense, but also at the same time, you don't want to like talk down to your audience and be like, "Hey, yeah, these are imaginary characters. They're not really there."
We could get into the debate over whether or not the Barney characters, especially Barney himself, are actively entities or if they're just like imagination. Because that'd be a whole other episode.
Oh, I would love that.
It's always left to like verbatim.
I have lots to say on this topic. I'm not going to say any of it, but I've done a lot of plotting. Well,
like the later years, they kind of like like when adults see him, like they're not hiding him from adults anymore. So I was like, okay,
No.
everybody knows.
They're not. Yeah.
In the new,
That's not
in the
after
new,
the backyard gang.
No. Well, I mean, Night Before
Yeah.
Christmas has the little like, oh, he's just in the other room.
Was so weird.
but that's a
one-
gag.
That's good though. That was the best. That was a great part of the home video.
Yeah,
And
But
then
that
it
was
was the
mostly a
sarcasm
gag.
from the parents. Like they're literally like, "Oh, so Barney and Baby Bop are outside. Oh, got it. I should go get some more cookies. Cool, yeah." So it was
But
That's
also,
like that's
you
how it
should
would
know-
be.
But also, you should know your daughter stays after school for God knows how long to play with her friends and presumably their
Right.
stuffed animals. So
I was
you should
thinking
know
about
by
that.
now who this
I
thing
was-
is.
I was thinking about that because I was watching season 1 the other day, and I was like, "This must be weird that they're staying all this time after school." But in
Every
reality,
day.
like what? It's like, okay, 3:00 is when like most like average school time. Maybe let's give it at most an hour and a half later because like it's only half an hour, but like there's time cuts. That's like 5:00. They're just going home for dinner. This seems fairly average for kids in the 90s. I know I wasn't alive, but that just seems kind of like a thing kids in the 90s would do. No?
yeah.
So it's not that
Yeah.
weird when you think about it. You know what I mean?
I feel so.
Well, it's weird in the sense
But
that there's
also,
no
like, it was-
teachers there.
Yeah.
So what?
Wait.
Oh, you don't see it?
Hello. What happened?
Or are you looking at
What's
the
going
DVD?
on?
I was looking at the DVD. Hedge is talking. I don't know what he's saying though.
Hello.
Hedge, can you hear us?
Hello. I can hear you. Bro, what is going on? Can you hear me now?
We can hear
Can
you.
you hear me
Hedge.
now?
We can hear you.
I'm gonna go to Barney right now. I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on. I'm gonna tell him what's going on. What is happening? I feel like I'm being gaslit.
You're not. Wait. Oh snap!
I feel like Haran is. I always felt like it's always like left up to verbatim whether or not he's real. In the new show, he is very much real.
Tee-Riffic. We don't have
Very.
time to get into this. We just not to like get you on your own schedule, but like we don't have time for this discussion. This is too big of a topic. Put
What?
the worms back in the can. Close the lid.
Well, you know that could be a good collaboration video. Wink, wink.
Tee-Riffic desk.
Terrific Hedge desk.
And the whole video, Hedge is just muted.
Tee-Riffic hedge. That's like a Disney Channel crossover.
So going back to your list, what
yeah.
made you choose your top song?
Okay.
Oh god.
Which
Yeah,
one was that
here we
again?
go. I hear music everywhere. The best song.
Oh,
Okay, I'll defend it. Okay. So something interesting about me, I'm now known as the Riff guy, and because I love Riff, he's the greatest character ever, and I've done so many strides to further the Riff fandom, all four of us. That being said, when I first came into the Barney community, I believed the misconceptions. I actually had this hate on for Riff. I didn't like him. I was not a fan. I was like, dude, this character sucks. He ruined Barney. I hadn't watched any season 10 to 12 stuff in a while. And I was like, dude, he ruined the franchise. Then one of my friends was like, dude, Riff ain't that bad. And I'm like, okay. So I set out to do some research on it, and then I made a video essay out of it. I'm like, oh, dude, Riff ain't that bad, actually. He just came in at a bad time. But what helped me like Riff was that I was listening to Perfectly Platinum, the album, and I had gotten I hear music everywhere, and I'm like, dude, this is fun. I like this. This is actually really good. I'm like, okay, this is a bop. I'm hitting there. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting the jig, And then the more I listen to it, I'm like, dude, this is great. And it really grew on me. And I don't like. I remember Karan saying again, my receipts are being pulled out. I hear music everywhere is number one. That is a complete lie. No, I'm not lying when I say that. That is what I believe. You can disagree, but I don't think that's a lie. And you had said that a bit earlier. And I want to say this before I talk about the song. If I had just not you as in an audience, not you specifically. If I had just given
You
Soldier Riff, tell him, okay. No, but if I had just said, oh, my ranking list, Everyone is Special is the best song, and Just Imagine, and I Love You, and the theme song, yeah, you'd be satisfied, you'd be validated. But would that be a really interesting video? It would, not to me. I wouldn't think that'd be a very interesting video. And I don't say this to be I'm not just saying this to be I wanted my list to be contrarian. No, it's what I believe, and I think that because I grew up with this huge library of Barney already out before the show was done, I don't have a nostalgia bias towards any particular era because I grew up with everything, BYG all the way up to the hit stuff. I'm also truthfully not the biggest fan of some hit stuff. Season 7 is my least favorite season. It's not a season bias. I just like Riff, but I'm not the biggest fan of the hit era. No, I don't like season 7. I actually can't stand season. I had pneumonia once. I watched 5 episodes of season 7. And I swear it made it worse. I was bored out of my mind. I was like, this is awful. I don't know why I like this as a kid. This was a few months ago. I was like, dude, this is brutal. That's my opinion though. That's my opinion. And that's what I'm saying about the list is if I just gave you what you wanted, that would have been interesting. I want to bring my perspective because I've seen everything. I don't have a nostalgia bias for any particular season. I'm not going to necessarily just favor the classics because I grew up in the 90s or bash the hit stuff because it wasn't what I grew up with. So that's why my thought process. That being said, people being upset and talking about it, it's just a happy result of my opinion. Now, I hear music everywhere. I think it's such a fun song. I find Riff vocally sounds like he's about to explode during every verse. It sounds like the excitement is palpable. It's coming up. He's like, wowzer. And he's like, I love when Riff ad-libs. He sounds so overjoyed. I love the riff. I love the voice riff for Riff. Oh my gosh. I love the voice Michaela Dietz puts on for Riff, especially in the early seasons. Mainly the early seasons. The instrumentation is great. I love Joe Phillips, especially his hit instrumentation. He cooked on that song. I love it. It's so fun. Okay, I'm not even done. Let me say my piece, and you can disagree. But I want to just at least give my piece out on the song. If that, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Also, the saxophone is pretty sparingly here, which is crazy because Joe Phillips and that saxophone. Okay, that's just a fact. The saxophone is sparingly. There's 2 saxophone runs, whereas I Love You, the hit, especially the extended one. It's bro's just going off on that saxophone, most of the song. Bro,
he eats with that sax, the whole hit era.
He does. The lyrics, I think, are pretty good for I Hear Music Everywhere. They're descriptive. They do the job. Like I said with Miss Niggar, they do the job. That's what they set out to do. They wanted it to be an auditory-based song about hearing sounds everywhere. It's the theme song for Riff. I would say not only is it, like, obviously one of the strongest Barney songs, if not the best, it's also a very strong character song for Riff. It's a very good, which I'm actually surprised was not used as much as I would have thought, because like they put extra effort into I Hear Music Everywhere. It seemed like I would almost speculate that they were trying to open a backdoor pilot for Riff, or at least were planning it, because I think I Hear Music Everywhere is such a good song. I think it was too good compared to like what they were putting out at the time. It's like that. What's that? That one song there that Barney and BJ sing. That whoops song, I forget, but like yeah, like
mistakes of the way we learn.
That's dog water. That's truly awful.
Well, I hate the choreography because God bless Carrie. That suit is so stiff, and they try to make him do these like
God bless Carrie for sure
great type moves, and he just can't do it. And if he does, he's going to tear that costume apart. So
mascot.
I love watching. I remember I watched a clip of A Friend Like You from one episode, and it was Barney and Riff. And Riff's hitting it, and then Carrie's like, "There's no rhythm," and then hits the friggin' leprechaun jump. No. But I also just think it's a very pure, innocent, fun song. Fun fact, my mom does not like Barney music, but like she'll put on I Hear Music Everywhere in her car. It's the only one she likes. I think that's a really interesting fact. Anyway, I just think it's the greatest song, and yeah, I've said my piece. I think that's everything I wanted to say. So go ahead.
That's what's up.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
I much prefer You Can Make Music With Anything.
That's a good song too. Yeah, that's fair.
Only because of like the genre. See, Joe, one of the very few things I like about his take on the music of Barney is that when it comes to a certain subject or topic or situation within an episode, he'll choose a genre of music.
Yep.
Mostly with the Barney music in his like early days, he infused a lot of gospel with jazz and a little bit of pop. Nah, not actually. No.
I thought there's a lot of big band.
Gospel, jazz, and big band. There we go.
Yeah.
And then later on, as time progressed and genre started to change, he influenced a little bit more hip hop, still a little bit more jazz, and kind of infuse a little bit more gospel in there as well. I think he does get a little too sax happy, especially in the later years. And I think that is in part to do with the producers.
Yes, the music focused curriculum.
Well, okay,
trying to put
so
in there too.
Sloane Coleman, she was the head of like creative events for all three companies. When they were transitioning from Lyric to Hit, before Hit officially acquired them and folded them, Sloane and somebody else was like the producers of like the in-between home videos before they shifted their focus to the Hit era.
Oh, like Dino Dancing Tunes and Pajama Party.
Right.
Yeah.
And she stated in a Purple Tales interview that she liked it when Joe did sax and whatnot and included most musical elements in that. And I think that's why he became the sole music producer after Lyric's time was up. That's why we saw less of Singleton and less of David Wolf and whatnot. And those compositions were well and good, and it did fit the
those vibes,
the purpose of Barney and those vibes, like you're saying. But at the same time, I get why they wanted to like evolve the music and whatnot for that current generation who was watching the show at that time. I tend to include, I don't know about you guys, I tend to include like songs that haven't been sung in a while or songs from an album that were never sung. Me and Hedge pulled out the CDs on the last episode. I think Great Adventure, to me, is probably one of the it's not going to get any like Grammys or awards or anything like that. To me, it is probably one of the greatest soundtracks inspired by it and from a movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I can't even get back to get it.
Well, okay. My thing is, it was impressive for them to get the people that they got for it, because at the time you got to think like, you know, again, all the adults were like Barney and all this other stuff. But
Yeah, that's
again,
fair.
they did it for like a paycheck and you know whatnot. Oh, you got the cassette.
Yeah, I don't have a CD. That's all I can.
Yeah, the cassette just has the Dino singing some of those songs.
I have the vinyl.
I mean, like Pee Wee Bryson, Sheena Easton, Take Six.
So annoying.
Who's the one that died recently?
Oh.
Roberta Flack, may God rest her soul. Like, you know, a lot of people they got at the time, and you know, it kind of works within the aura or the vibe of that movie. And when you listen to it after the movie, it's kind of like, oh, like it's kind of a lullaby album, but like on a more grander scale, if that makes sense.
You would never think it's Barney listening to that album.
Yeah,
you would.
Yeah.
I would argue that's a negative. Sorry,
Well,
I'm not a fan of the Great Adventure soundtrack, not in the slightest.
Uh-oh.
you don't
I'm
like
so
the
sorry.
you don't like the I Love You.
No, it's
I don't even
it's
I
like
Love You.
it's pretty mid. You know what I'm really upset about is that If All the Raindrops, the version in the movie wasn't put on the soundtrack. We got this like random bar song. That was
Okay.
crazy. That was illegal.
So you know why that wasn't in there?
Why is that?
Okay, so what the hell? Here we go.
'Cause what?
He said because it's the hedge being hedge here.
Hedge being hedge is crazy.
So Bob actually revealed this about 2 years ago on one of his streams. When they were filming that scene, when they got the composition for that scene in particular, they did not like it at all. They wanted more of like a upbeat big band jazz sound. So they said, hey, can you go in the booth and record a tip track? And then later on, we'll have the orchestra kind of play over what you're reciting. And that's how they did it, because they needed a tip track to film the scene, right?
Of course.
And I guess when it came down to the soundtrack, they're like, all right, we got to get this movie out. We don't have time for that. Pee Wee Bryson, you know, he did some music for Disney and whatnot. Let's just get him, like you said, like a slow lounge bar rendition of the song. And I think it works fine for the album. I don't think if you put that in the movie, you're gonna bore those kids to death.
Yeah.
And again, and that's speaking on your perspective of it all. But I think the soundtrack is phenomenal for
Tyson. I
what
need you to
its purpose was.
Tyson, I need you to close your eyes just for a few seconds, okay? Close your eyes and you will find there are pictures in your mind. You can don't open your eyes. Don't open them eyes. Don't. You can go. The lyrics came.
You don't know the words.
I know the words. Hold on, let me open my.
Most anywhere.
Those beings are very real. Wow.
Ooh, that
Dean
was-
did sing that.
That was going back to Dolly when Dean and Dolly sung it.
Oh right, yes.
No, well,
That's
Dean sung it. Dolly following along.
Oh yeah.
I've met Dolly multiple times.
What?
No, we're not glazing over that.
That's a
Maybe you
random
met
word
Dolly
drop.
Parton a bunch.
You
dropping
met
that.
Dolly?
Well, I'm from Nashville, so
Dolly met you.
the likelihood of running into her is.
We're in a Barney podcast, and you're just going to casually say you've been eating Salisbury steak dinners with Dolly Parton on Thursdays.
That's
No.
I have never ever done that in my life. Well, the way she does it,
Maybe once.
that is not. That's actually not her real hair. Like, she kind of disguises herself when she goes out in public. But for some reason, I recognized her, and she was like, "Yeah, that's me."
That sounds like a
Why did
Wattpad,
you
like fan
expose her,
fiction.
please?
Like, yeah,
She's not
I know what her disguises look like. I knew it was her from the moment I laid eyes.
Dolly, I know you're putting on a
Swag, you
ruse
still
for
hang
everyone.
on in without the wig?
I know you're fake.
Dolly, I'm not like other. I don't know.
Oh god. Do you plan to make like a continuation video on that?
Oh, me.
What is going on? Yeah, you
On what? On
the top
what?
15 on your top songs.
I might make a top 15 worst. I don't know. I'll do that. I don't know.
Dolly
Like
Parton wig.
top 15 times I met Dolly Parton.
You know, I share something personal and it gets crapped on immediately.
No, it's cool.
I'm
It's
kidding.
cool. It's cool. I was gonna mention. Yeah, I was at Neverland Ranch. Yeah, just casual.
You're right.
Oh, God, dude.
After that with Mike and Dolly Parton and Barney at the same time.
At the same time.
Well, you know, Barney was at the Bill Clinton inauguration parade in '93, and Michael Jackson also performed at that same event. So they could have met.
Tyson,
Also, there's a video.
Are you a Michael fan?
Absolutely.
Oh, peak.
On my wall, I have a giant framed Time magazine thing of where he died, and then another magazine, and then the glove in the middle. If I could show it, I could, but I don't. I can't. I got like 30 MJ replica outfits. To my prom, I wore a white with black, you know, the black engraving there that he wore at the '93 Grammys.
That's good. Oh yeah, you did tell me. You okay?
Tyson, you mentioned Prince earlier. I completely forgot I have this.
Ooh, the necklace formerly known. That's crazy.
It was a gift from
Dolly.
somebody.
I wanted you to have this.
Oh God.
Thanks, dog.
Why did the accent, please?
That's crazy. No.
So so you said you may do like a top 15 worst video.
Yeah.
What would be like some of your picks?
Okay.
Kind of get like an early presentation.
Okay. I'm very happy you asked. And at first, I would have said do the name game, but you know what? Name game has climbed the ranks for me as the ironically funniest Barney song. It is so funny. It's like rhymes with Mary. Wait, my rhymes with scary. You must be Mary. Your name. Me and my friends, the Barney friends, make so many puns about this song. It's like, it's so weird. It's such a weird song. It's like, okay, I gotta pull up some of the lyrics for you because it truly
like
is.
Olivia, Pivia, Adam, and Stu.
It's
Like what?
Some of them just don't even rhyme. Like straight up, there's one that Barney says about like penny. I'm like, it doesn't even rhyme. Wait, hold on. Let's see this. Baloney, banana. That's Tony and Hannah. What are you on right now?
Because bologna and banana aren't like what?
What was in those?
I feel
Like
like they tried-
That's crazy.
I feel like they were trying to make like playground songs that kids could recite to, and
ain't no
listening
one's
to it now,
remembering the
it's kinda
name
like-
game. No
Right,
one,
like,
no one
nobody's
remembering the name
remembering
game.
that.
No.
I've always disliked the career march.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Remember the season 1 episode when
Yep.
Sean is all like depressed because he doesn't know what to do with his life, and it's a bad way of phrasing it. But like Barney like magically like goes through the alphabet and like names like they all name different careers.
I love
And
that
it's
song.
distracting because you love it.
I like that song.
That's
I like that
crazy.
they incorporate the theme song in "I Love You."
But
it takes
I
for-
like that.
Ever
How does it go?
like get through.
It's an alphabet chant. It's like it's an alphabet
Right.
march or something. Let me see. It's like
So,
A,
like-
artist, B,
B.
Oh.
Baker.
C,
C.
carpenter. Like it just goes
Cook
on.
or something.
and then
Yeah.
Then it'll
D,
pause.
dermatologist.
It'll literally it'll pause and it'll do like an underscore from another Barney song. So they do like the theme song, like Caitlin said, "I Love You." So after D, it'll be like dancer, dun 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 dun. E,
Hey,
engineer.
Oh my
Like it'll
gosh.
get back.
Kangaroo
That's
instructor or
crazy.
something like. I'm like, oh god,
Perfect
Please
pitch.
get it over with. My other choice, it's not a Barney song. It's Malachi. I think you know where I'm going.
It's
with
not
this.
a Barney song.
Well, it's a traditional.
Your worst
Christmas
Barney
song.
song is a
Doves
Barney
cry.
song.
Wait,
It's a
hold on.
traditional Christmas song, and
Oh.
it takes forever to get through.
Oh, I hate that. Oh
Malachi,
my
you know what I'm
God.
talking about.
I skip past it in Night Before Christmas
Every time.
It's so freaking annoying, bro.
The what? 8 days? Night 12, right? Yeah, whatever it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
That song, it's like almost 4 minutes long in Night Before Christmas. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I would love to be a fly on the wall when they were filming that scene.
Yo.
Would you?
take 37. Take it from the top.
Like Joyner in the suit, like, can we please hurry this up?
Sweating bullets.
I'm
Bob's in the
spiritually
studio. Get over it.
sweating. Get over it.
What would be your
The
guys'
male song.
worst? Yeah, that one.
I still don't understand. Oh, the mail. Yes, the mail. There's nothing like I put a letter mailbox. It's like why does it end like that? I can't stand that song.
That's your
Doesn't matter
worst.
what season. It's not my worst. It's one of the worst to me.
That's
just
crazy.
because I can't sing it because it sounds like the verse ends wrong. Mailbox. Like, why is that the end? I don't know. I don't like it. Anyway. So when's the last time you guys saw Dolly Parton?
Dude, her and Riff were having lunch the other day. It was crazy.
It took me years to.
Why don't people remember you? Don't talk about it.
I saw her on YouTube filling up on Barney. He's so cuddly. He's so cute.
Oh, she was. Yeah.
She was scratching his stomach. He was like,
She was scratching his
boy. That's exactly how he was.
Oh God. Oh man. All right, so let's move on. Obviously, Tyson, you've been you've been outspoken to me throughout our conversations that you do not watch the new show, and I get it. Hedge doesn't watch it either. I get why a lot of people would not want to watch it. Go ahead. Yeah.
See, I'm not like out. I believe I'm outspoken with some other things, but I don't really think I'm outspoken with Barney's World. It's more just like, it's not for me. I'm not going to pretend it's for me. It's not the Barney I like. It's not the Barney I grew up with. There are some baffling choices. But like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to sleep thinking of that purple frog dude that they AI generated. Like, I don't care. It's not a big deal. It really ain't a big deal. I also have the Jumbo Barney plush. I succumbed to the pressure at Walmart.
I'm saying that he doesn't like it.
Well, that's
talk about he has the plush.
I think that's the thing that people are kind of like excusing for it. Like, okay, you don't watch the show, but you'll immediately buy something from the product line at Walmart. And I get why, again, a lot of people succumb to that because for the first time in God knows how long, there's Barney things on the shelf that are brand new and accessible. Like, it's exciting to walk into a Walmart and see that giant Barney display.
Yeah.
And the work they put into that, and the work they put into these as well. I mean, as somewhat accurate as it kind of looks, it is a good looking plush and a very good quality thing as well. And it's a toy company. Obviously, they own it, but quality wise, I'd say it is very sustainable. But that that's not what we're talking about here. So earlier this week, I went on my channel. I don't, sign in on my channel a lot these days. I should. A YouTube channel by the name of Tyler. Just that name. He has leaked a bunch of stuff that I believe he should not have. Mostly Barney, but he did also leak like the behind the scenes stuff from Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Wow.
Hedge, did I send you that?
No.
Okay, so way before any trailer or marketing dropped, this guy posted like behind the scenes photos and like stuff like that, like Jim Carrey and like the statue stand-ins they used to film, and James Marsden and whatnot, like all from the third movie. And I'm like, how did he get this? Unless he like was there, because they did film some of it in Canada, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I guess it would make more sense that he had it in hand with that. But essentially, this YouTube account posted some various upcoming Barney's World episodes that are not finished. They're either not finished or there are storyboards. Of course, with this series, from day one, it has been plagued with leaks and internal stuff just coming out in the public open and whatnot. My question for you guys: what does Mattel do? Like,
See,
what can they
I
do to? Before I let you, what can they do to stop this? Well, they're not doing much of anything. It feels like they're putting their what they feel like is their heart and soul into this version of the brand, but when it comes to data leaks and protecting it, like they're just doing a very poor job. Me, Hedge, and Karan and Emmy succumbed to like doing a live stream when the first episode leaked, and I was contacted by one of Mattel's lawyers, of which he said, "Take it down, or we will take legal action." I was like, "Oh, okay." And again, like that was just the first circumstance, and it has been happening consistently for a while. So I'll open the floor here. What can they do to stop it? Why does this keep happening? And do you think something even maybe tragically worse could happen? Obviously, we know they're trying to get this movie off the ground. I don't believe it's going to happen. But if that ever were to, seeing as how they've treated this brand so far since, bringing it back, it would not surprise me if, a script would leak or an unfinished scene from that movie would leak. So I'll open the floor to you guys. What do you guys think about it? If you watched the episodes, what did you think? No spoilers if anyone in the comments wants to see them. But yeah, go ahead.
I think, as much as I want to say it's a Barney issue, it's this year and last year has been really bad in terms of leaks for any children's properties. Like just not even a month ago, it's like a couple of weeks ago, Paramount suffered a massive leak. Anyone following Sonic Racing Crossworlds knows that like a lot of stuff has been leaking for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. We knew about SpongeBob coming to the game well before they even announced him, and well before they even announced him, we knew about Aang from Last Airbender, Hatsune Miku. We knew about all of this stuff before they announced it, to the point
Tyson
where
you are rocking his world right now.
I didn't know about the Aang one, bro. I did not know that.
To the point where Iizuka was asked about it, he was like, "Look, these are license deals. They could go away if these leaks keep happening." Like, it's such a bad thing. Nickelodeon suffered a bad one last year called the Giga Leak, where a bunch of like production stuff from SpongeBob and all kinds of stuff came out.
2 movies like just fully leaked.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, like the Plankton movie and
the Sandy movie.
Oh yeah. And then people posting the entire movie on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious. But on the side of Barney, when it comes to Barney's world, it's been bad since it started. It's been really like to the point where like, how does this even happen? Like unfinished episodes just showing up on YouTube. Like I don't understand how that someone can just like come and it I don't know who it is, but it doesn't seem like it's coming from like a Mattel employee. It might be coming from like someone entirely different. And it's not even just Barney's world, even just Barney stuff that I don't even want to talk about because I don't know. Like Barney stuff has just been leaking and then just being deleted. And like the rumors are starting. Like there's a lot of weird things that are going on and people just getting their hands on stuff that they shouldn't have hands on. And they're just sparingly just coming out. And I don't know what they are doing to kind of combat that. Because even back when episode 1 aired, there would be leaks and stuff and still are on YouTube. So it's like, it's really bizarre.
If I had a guess, and I've talked to a few Mattel employees and insiders through various means, what seems to be the happening is that Mattel seems to have a very bad firewall and bad online security, and so all of these unfinished episodes are being passed, from executives to different people into the cloud, into these Mattel only servers that are then being downloaded by other people who already have access into Mattel stuff. So they give it There you go. That's what I'd like to. That's what I think is the most logical reason. Is just Mattel's security is bad, and people are just like who have already gotten into those servers are just like getting back in them. Apparently, it's notoriously easy. I don't know. I'm just a guy who likes Rift, but apparently that's what's going on.
Guys, it's called Surfshark. It's not expensive.
Not sponsored, guys. Purple Rain.
Yet.
Yo, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. I'm not sure. Like Hedge said, everything is getting leaked nowadays, and it's not even just the new stuff. There's like older stuff. Like I don't know if you guys have been seeing. Like there was a Backyard Against Lost pilot that was leaked, and that it looks crazy. There was a Bubble Guppies Lost pilot that was leaked. There's a
Dora Lost pilot.
Pilot. They're like it's all coming.
Phineas and Ferb Lost pilot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It was a crazy month.
Well, I feel like with those properties, they were gonna like show up like anyway.
Eventually,
like even before all these, like the Boondocks pilot that was leaked. And that's how we learned that like Alicia Keys was gonna play Huey.
See, but Backyard Against they was holding that pilot for.
They were fighting to keep that one hidden. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They were
Backyard. The wiki of the Backyard Against. They were trying to keep it hidden.
They were shaking in their boots when it showed up on YouTube like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
But you know what? Nickelodeon deserves it because the creator died, and like a week or two immediately after they announced like a relaunch, and I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Like
Steven Hillenburg ass friggin'.
Oh yeah, same thing with him.
nonsense.
He leaves the show and he dies, and then we're like, all right, now that he's gone, let's do these
Burger
spin-offs.
King.
All right, let's
Fast food like he didn't want. Camp Coral. Friggin' more movies. Like Camp Coral is Barney's World. If it was better.
No, literally though, and it's sick that they're still coming out with movies. Why is this like the second? There's another one coming out in December. Why is it like the third SpongeBob movie coming out this year?
It would not surprise
he's in Sonic Crossroads?
Oh yeah, with no
I
voice.
found that out like an hour ago from you. It's crazy.
I didn't know.
It would not surprise me.
I didn't know Aang was on it.
It would not surprise me if they fully shift SpongeBob to 3D for the TV show at this point, because 2D animation is somewhat making a return. I watched the Looney Tunes the day the Earth blew up last week.
Yeah.
Phenomenal movie. I'm not saying it's saving 2D, but it did. But I feel like 2D is somewhat making a comeback, and I think it is needed. Yeah, I would not be surprised if they do that. Back to this though. Yeah, it does not surprise me that this stuff is easily accessible for those who were either, like we talked about the Masters earlier. People are being entrusted with this to share it to the specific people who are working on it. So, like you said, they get the storyboards in, they get the story in, they start animating it, and it has to go to, like people like executives, like the people who have the last say so, to watch, view and be like, all right, make these edits, and then let's kind of walk out with that. It's mildly frustrating because we're seeing the reaction from the general public in general, who just are kind of confused and somewhat kind of disdain for the new Barney. There are countless TikTok videos of people just going to Walmart and being like, "Oh, Barney's back," and then playing like the boombox, or like squeezing the stomach of like one of the plushes, and then hearing his voice or hearing the new "I Love You" song and being like, "What is this?"
See,
I
have this. This is my Barney bag that I have at work. I carry it on me. It is from '93. It's very vintage.
Oh, okay.
Anytime I walk by at work, this happened a few days ago. A coworker saw it and says, "Oh, I love Barney. I loved Barney when I grew up." I said, "Yeah, I love Barney." And the first thing she said after that was, "I don't like the way he looks now. I don't like what they did to him." And that's the general consensus everywhere. It's not going to change. No one's going to warm up to it. Never.
No.
And it's a shame too, because now it's gotten to the point where people are going, "Oh, look at Barney. I love Barney. Why did they do that to him?" As opposed to, the Barney was my childhood. They can't even just like finish that. It's always just they should not have done what they did. And it's like,
and I get why they did it. Like, if you're going to try to transition Barney into this modern age of preschool animation, Tyson, you brought up a very good point that I forgot to give you props for in our conversation earlier this week. But whereas Barney was once the linchpin of this is how you make a preschool show, he is now unfortunately following the current trends.
Yes.
How did you describe it? Like, he's like, they're following the new age of the Cocomelon era.
Cocomelon and Blippi and all of them. Yep. All the same ones.
And now it's like Barney was known for being a pioneer of toddler entertainment, and now it's like Barney has actively done everything in its power to just follow what's popular. I don't know literally anybody who has sat down and watched Barney's World and been like, given a valid opinion on it. Like, it's just either like, oh, Barney's back, I don't like the redesign, he sounds dumb, whatever. No one actively watches it. I don't even know how this show is succeeding, man. Truthfully, I hear nobody talking about it. It was like, man, Barney's back. That's it. Oh, and the plushies are out. That's all I've heard, effectively. Like, as a non-Barney fan. You know what I mean? I
saw some reviews, and people were saying it's fine. It's not hurting anything.
It really is fine. It's an okay show. I watched one of the leaked episodes. That was one of the only ones I ever watched, was the Billy one. And, like, not going to spoil the episode, obviously. But it's a fine show. It really is a fine show. Truthfully, I would have been more into it had it been, like, a Barney that sounded closer to Barney. And, like, if I Love You sounded good. If Everyone Is Special wasn't, like, bad. You know what I mean? But, like, the show itself ain't bad. Like, what is it? It's got Mel, Hairbrush Kid, Oppenheimer. Like, the kids aren't bad. The kids aren't awful.
And who?
You know those, like, beige hairbrushes with, like, that are, like, beige, and they have, like, they're like that?
Okay.
That's David.
Yo, you're sick.
That was a weird
I don't know.
to give him a flat top in 2024.
It was very weird. It's like 90s. No, that's not even whatever. Yeah, they're fine.
I feel like there's two sides when it comes to this show. It's
for sure
the children who that is their main focus, mainly those whose parents grew up on Barney, for them to like find this and be like, oh, hey, I like Barney too. This could be your own. And then there's the other side of them trying to get parents to get their kids to watch it because of the stuff they're like trying to implement inside. So, let's bring back the janitor character, but let's call him by his first name because that's how adults are somewhat cool with kids nowadays.
Bartholomew.
Yeah, let's rename him, but also keep his design, but change everything else. Let's make it special where we combine some of the best home videos of that era and smush it into one.
Yeah.
And I get what they're coming from, and it's all about marketing. Like, hey, do you remember this from this video, or do you remember this from this episode?
Yeah.
Well, now it's in this new thing, and it's like, okay, now you're making me want to think about the old stuff, and
nostalgia is very profitable. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, 100%. And I feel like they're trying to do this thing of like, let's stand on our own 2 feet, but also let's remind people of the past so people can watch our stuff and buy our stuff. Because at the end of the day, with kids products and kids shows now, it's not about teaching integral lessons that will expand towards a child's life. It's now about, okay, let's get this child to like this character so they can beg their mom or dad to buy our products at Walmart.
Do you know of that meme where it's like you're talking to somebody, it's like you're explaining something, jingle jingle, look it, it's your keys, I'm gonna keep talking to you, but just so you're paying attention, jingle jingle. That is children's television. It's like bam, shot. Also, I just unrelated side tangent, but I don't like the current child show landscape, how it's so hyper focused on hyper cuts and by retaining your attention and less about paying attention, because as the generations have gone younger and younger, attention spans are gone, and it's legitimately starting to become a huge problem. Like even me, I don't even have that great of an attention span. Like, and it gets worse when like every movie is like another shot every 2 frames. Yeah. And kids programming is not trying to help that. It's trying to use that to establish a connection in their brain, and then that becomes a whole multimedia franchise. Whereas Barney did it like in probably the most like wholesome, special, good way you could start a brand like that.
Well, like it's not just like children's shows in general. It does suffer. Like, you're right, it does suffer it the worst. But I mean, like adult animation, that always like suffers past its maybe like 3rd season. Everybody knows, like, nobody watches the new Family Guy because it's bad. Well, that's the general consistency. I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty. I don't like the new stuff, not because the guy isn't voicing the 2 characters anymore. It's just very poor writing.
Yeah.
Other shows like that, that you pull grand examples from, but I don't know. It's just like I said, they're focused more of how do we sell our products by making a 30-minute or 11-minute commercial instead of making a TV show that will help develop, and develop, good moral life lessons and whatnot. And in this current state of the world that we live in, and due to our poor, leadership, we're not really getting pushed for that through the entertainment landscape. But in terms of like all the stuff leaking, we can't stop it. Corporate can try their best to stop it, but clearly they just either aren't paying attention or unaware, or they just don't care. And it's going to be very interesting to see. I can't confirm that there will be a season 2, but judging by the toy sales, it's bound to happen. You were asking about like the status of the show. It was a top 5 TV show on HBO Max a few months back. I don't know if that's just changed now. But and also the way they're releasing these episodes, people are starting to forget that this is a thing, because they'll do a 10-episode drop, not do anything for like 2 to 3 to maybe 4 months, and then new episodes here. Yeah. It's like, what? It would have been nice to know, like, you never see any commercials, any marketing.
That's what Power Rangers would do late in its lifespan.
Really?
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, people hated it because when Power Rangers came back after Disney sold it, and they signed a deal with Nickelodeon, and what they would do they would put out episodes for like I don't know how long the period.
It would be like a year, Edge. It would really be like when Power Rangers was sold to Nickelodeon, their season Samurai aired in 2011. And when season 1 was done, there was like 20 episodes. We didn't get a season 2 for a whole nother year and a half. And then you look, there's this commercial on Nico coming soon. The new season. And they did that. Nickelodeon did that for years with Power Rangers.
You would literally forget that Power Rangers was even on or even existed. And Power Rangers is back. And then like little marketing, and they would happen again and again and again. And people
they wouldn't air reruns. They would not show reruns. Once the season was over, they stopped airing Power Rangers. They wouldn't show the old episodes. They wouldn't keep it coming. You had to wait. Power Rangers came on Nickelodeon every Saturday at 12 noon. And after the season was done, it was done. You had to wait until the next season to come out to watch it.
Yeah, Barney might be suffering that right now.
Well, okay, there's 2 things as well. One, Cartoonito is over, and the network they chose no longer airs that show. So what's the next plan? Are they going to drop everything on YouTube and Max? HBO Max. Are they going to, choose somebody else? I would like for the show to go to PBS. I would like for Barney to return back to his roots, but we're just waiting on a decision either by next week or the week after.
Mattel, you can put Barney's World on my channel if you want. Just don't set it to Made for Kids, please.
No.
If I can share some revenue, please.
Don't even start with Made for Kids. I can't.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know you're suffering. I went to one of your videos one time and I saw it was made for kids, and I was like, he didn't do that. That wasn't his fault.
You know what's crazy? That the Barney Songs video like got hit with a made for kids, and I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. I have this notice in the beginning of the video. I put mild language and then F * K in the thing. I'm like, dude, you serious? So I submitted an appeal like in YouTube Studio, and they're like 72 hours later, they're like, actually, this is made for kids as we reviewed, and I'm like, yeah, no. So I like
they don't watch the videos.
No. So I went to like. It took me a while. I'm like finally a contact support that is non-existent. I'm like, look, I wrote this whole thing up. I'm like, this is not owned by Mattel, not by Lions, not by Hit Entertainment. This is by me. And then like explained why. And then with Kappa, whatever. Took me a whole week, and I think a week and a day or two. And then they get back to me, hey, your video is actually not made for kids. And I go, well, I'd be getting back the revenue that I would have gotten from this period. And she goes, unfortunately, we cannot guarantee that you'll get your revenue back.
We didn't even know you monetize it.
Oh yeah, no, it's I am grateful. I don't make it for that reason, but it is a nice plus. Trust me, I don't, because I make videos about Riff. No one cares about Riff.
And there's no one here.
I love him, but he's everyone's least favorite child. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
He's the one that takes the pictures at the family reunion. You know what I mean?
I made a video about the BJ spinoff they were planning in the late 90s, and that got hit by Made for Kids. And I was just short and sweet with the appeal. I was like, look, watch the video. Like that's the main issue with them. They're just not what is more like the AI algorithm just kind of looking at them like, oh, that has puppets in it, so that means that's for children. And it's like, no.
Also, slightly unrelated, because I think I just did it. I've never met anyone named Tyson, so if you hear me say Tyson, that's because there's a Power Rangers character named Tyson. You heard that? I was like, I said Tyson. It's like, so that's all right.
No,
I just wanted to clear that.
Yeah. I think I also had like, I made this like Barney International mix. It was one of my first videos. It was like the hit theme with like
a bunch.
It was like it was a multi-language. It was multi-language. You know what I mean? I put a lot of work into it, and I also put a lot of work into transcribing everything, because besides like English, Spanish, German, Italian, French, there's not a lot of transcriptions for the Barney dubs. Like they exist, like the audio exists and the video exists, but there's not like a caption translation. I'm like, dude, I don't speak Taiwanese. I'm not gonna know what they're saying. So I had to go and find translators, whatever. A lot of work. And it didn't get hit with a made for kids nor a copyright claim. And I was like, well, ballin', awesome. Then it got hit with a copyright claim, and I'm like, dude, from Mattel, I guess. I go and look, and it's Pro Sound Karaoke, and I'm like, dude, I used to listen to Pro Sound Karaoke. I'm like, oh, this is cute. I'm happy they're still around. So I submit the appeal, and I know Pro Sound Karaoke's version is the one that was used in that one Barney website, and is also based off of season 1. So I submit the appeal. No, I'm lying. I've been telling just a wrong story. No, I didn't say all that. It got hit with a made for kids, and I'm like, oh, I appealed it, and I'm like, this isn't made for kids. They were like, not only is it made for kids, we're striking your channel. I'm like, what? Because you use the Pro Sound Karaoke. I'm like, dude, this is the hit instrumental. This ain't even yours. And I'm like, this ain't even mine though. Like, I mean, it's not even yours though. And they're like, this is the Pro Sound Karaoke version. If you don't do this, we're gonna we're gonna give you a strike. And I'm like, well, shoot, fine. Like but like it was crazy. It got all at once. It was like, I'm like, hey, this isn't made for kids. Guess what? Channel strike. You know, YouTube's support system is brutal, especially on Barney stuff.
It's frustrating.
I've been in the process of doing a whole like retooling of like my video style. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I can show something that I do have as part of this rebrand. I'm trying to like rebrand the channel a little bit and going for more stop motion clay based aesthetic. I don't have everything on the table right now, but I wanted to show you guys this.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's a little baby TV from the lyric intro. I have some potted plants. They look like BJ Baby Up and Riff, but I'm not getting them out. I'm trying to do a whole push. This is a little something, but it was mainly in a what on earth? I'm like younger than all of you, and I've never seen this before. What is this?
I'm surprised. It's a little thing that.
Do you guys know about mewing? It's like this. I want you guys to like follow me, okay? Okay, it's like the dino dance, except not. Okay, so everyone raise their right hand. Okay, raise your hand. Just raise your hand. No, I promise, it's good. Now make a shushing motion. Okay.
Oh.
Now think for a minute. Think for a minute. Scratch your chin. Yeah, scratch the chin. Scratch the chin. Now you're gonna put your finger on this part of your jaw, on the far part, and you're gonna like drag it down. And you're gonna go back to thinking, back to shushing, dragging it down, and that's what the kids are doing now. You should do it like.
Oh,
often.
that's the Rizzler.
Well, I think he popularized it, or he does it too, but it's not like his thing.
Yeah.
It's like a thing people do.
Like trying to be a butthole, like.
No, it's more like to assert yourself, you know.
Oh,
Caleb,
okay.
what would you do if we put on "Come On Over to Barney's House" through the VHS tape and they got the dino dance? They're like, everybody start.
I would laugh so hard. The music stopped.
That's crazy.
Cuts to the cameraman.
That's crazy. That's insane. I would love to see David Joyner. That's crazy.
Duncan coming to cut. Are you rizzing too?
Okay. Oh boy. Dude, my favorite home video is "It's Time for Mewing." That's my favorite.
Oh my god.
The rise and fall.
Going back. My second thing I have, and I'm speaking like I hate this. I don't hate the show. I'm more supporting it because I just want Barney to stay in the limelight. But the other thing I hate, I dislike them like inviting social media creators and whatnot, like family creators specifically, to their events so they can like meet Barney and meet those terrible cutouts of Billy and Baby Bop. There was a recent one in California. I'm like, guys, no one knew this. You're just like inviting like random people, and instead of like the public and whatnot. And I get it. Like you want like people to like talk about it and whatnot, but it feels like that there's a disdain to try to push this on certain people. But like, hey, watch this too. But we're gonna get these people in so they can get free stuff. And it's like, it's unfair. But yeah, watch it to your own will. I do not know when they are going to officially premiere, but look for it when it does. Before we get out of here, I know we really need to get off soon. There were some things that transpired within the Barney world, no pun intended, or maybe pun intended, I don't know. Let me find it because I made a list of things. Well, okay, let's just name them off by my great mind. So obviously, earlier this year, Mattel finally licensed Barney out to Funko, and we got the Barney and Baby Bop Funko Pops.
And not Riff.
I feel like he's coming, as well as BJ.
BJ better be coming. I need my goat.
Yeah. So those came out, and of course, this year Mattel is celebrating their 80th anniversary. With a couple things that they're doing with a lot of their brands, and they are doing their own line of Funkos, and Barney is returning to that line. It's the same Funko, he just has different eyes.
It's the same mold, but just
literally the same one. Mold. Yeah. So instead of the dead Funko eyes, he just has like the Barney's World eyes.
Which I think looks worse than the Funko.
It does.
I don't know. It literally like
it does look worse.
It doesn't look right.
For sure. Absolutely. Agreed.
Also, Mattel also announced a mobile game that I do not believe is available on the App Store right now. But be on the look for it. Barney is included in it. And
you know who's not included in it? Riff. You know who is included? Stupid Furby Twinkin.
Oh,
they got 4 characters. We got Barney, Baby Bop, BJ, and Twinkin. Twinkin. Random Furby character from Great Adventure that no one's mom knows. We don't get my goat. We don't got the goat, but we got Twinkin. Crash out over. Continue.
I was gonna lead up to that, but okay. As Tyson so elegantly put it, yes, Barney, BJ, Baby Bop, and for the first time in over 30 years, Twinken has made his return to the public through this game. Also, for the first time ever, from my knowledge, BJ and Baby Bop have doll forms.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting when you realize that someone had to have modeled them specifically for that.
Yes. Baby Bop has had Baby Bop actually was in Nursery Rhymes Volume 2 as a doll.
Well, that was more like they framed it as like a retail doll. I mean, like the actual like one from
like a Barney style studio.
What
doll.
we think of, yeah. So that's pretty cool. Moving on, Barney visited a children's hospital in DC. Oh God. Okay. Barney visited a children's hospital in Washington D.C. And by Barney, I mean the classic version. While also the same day, the world variant of the Barney costume was at some Mattel summer camp thing. They did not promote that at all, and it was more focused on classic Barney, like visiting the sick kids as he used to. I thought it was very wholesome. They didn't show a lot of what happened. It was more or less like a meet and greet / here's some free stuff on behalf of Mattel. All right, bye.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. And happy belated birthday to David Joyner. His birthday was July 4th. What a flex. But yeah. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss?
No.
When you're getting Dolly on the podcast.
Yeah. Hey, remember when you performed with Barney like 20 years ago? Who was that?
That the big purple fella?
Yeah, the big purple fella.
I think
You
we should all
rubbed on
watch
his stomach.
Imagination Island tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cinema.
Yeah, y'all got me wanting to watch the house video, so I might skim through it.
All right.
BJ
So
has a costume.
Tyson, where can we find you other than your YouTube channel? Do you have any social sites?
I don't. I only have the YouTube. I have a Facebook for like promoting, but it's like I don't do much on it. I'd like to get like an Instagram going. I've been told I should. I don't. You can find me at TheBarneyDesk on YouTube. I'm also an admin of the Barney Wiki. You can find me there too. Yeah, that's it. Oh, dude, the music's kicking in. It's like the Oscars where they start like cutting off the person's speech. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun to do this. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. We enjoyed talking to you. You can find me at Tee-Riffic Tributes on Instagram, here on YouTube. I'm trying to get back in the saddle of I work a full-time job and it is kicking my butt right now. So just be patient with us. Hedge, Malachi, anything you want to add? Anywhere we can find you guys? Any projects you're working on that we should know about?
All my Barney folks, I just want to say I appreciate you for being patient with the Power Rangers onslaught that's been happening. I promise I'm coming back before summer is over. There's Barney stuff being worked on currently, not just reaction stuff, but actual like season stuff. So just I appreciate y'all. Hang on, I'm on my way.
Tyson almost had a heart attack. Malachi, where could we find you?
I'm on Facebook. My name SO Malachi Finch. You can find me on Instagram, KaiGot Fans, KAIGOTFANZZ _ if you want to follow. More than welcome.
Cool. Also, follow Karan at Mr. K's Clubhouse on Instagram as well as Facebook and TikTok. Like I said, season 4 is being filmed at the moment, but you can catch the first 3 seasons on his YouTube channel, which is also Mr. K's Clubhouse, and also look for his other offshoot projects that he is working on outside of the Clubhouse. But until next time, keep an eye out from when we're doing this next. But until then, Barney fans, I love
See you.
you.
I'm going to Barney's house right now.
Thanks for watching.